Yeah, so then he opened up the door, and then I was punching all these grunts, like, and it was like making my life super easy, because I just had to punch all of them. Luckily I managed to punch that brute, but then the Marine shot the grunts, so like all of them woke up, so it like made my life a lot harder. So yeah, then we like activated this thingy. Not really sure what it does. Because I skipped the cutscene.
You got a whole mess of hostile area bound. Get back inside while we take them out.
Follow the Oracle, Spark.
Look down there for some reason.
I will help
but
you,
then
Sergeant.
Arbiter left us because apparently he's
Pelican's
too
gonna land
cool
one
for
level
us
down.
or something. Actually, I think he was like to help Johnson. That guy got defeated. But then I 1v1'd the Sprue, or he wanted to 1v1. He wanted me to 1v1, so obviously I said yes, so I hopped in there, he launched at me, but then I just threw my fire grenades at him.
Win this fight on
Yeah.
your own. Then you'll be ready to make worse than death. Abandonment as we step forward.
Wasn't that challenging of a fight. But then all these brutes got mad at me, so I had to kill all of them. But after that, this like Pelican, don't know why I said Marine, this Pelican came in, although there is a Marine there, but said hi to that Marine. And then that was the end of the arc, and on to the Covenant. Okay, so first off for the Covenant, we got the Spartan laser, which I cannot use.
Commander, this is Kilo 2-3.
Yeah, so I destroyed the shade turrets, or one of them, or both of them, I guess. Then I punched this guy, punch. Yeah, and then a Warthog got dropped off, but it was also a Mongoose that dropped off. So obviously I got the Mongoose, because like, who needs Warthogs when you have a Mongoose? But then I drove the Mongoose all the way with my ODST guy. But then we got all the way here, and then kind of drove around for a little bit. Then I died. So then I decided, hey, let's just like full send it in there. That didn't really work out too great. So then I tried it again. That also didn't really work. So then finally I like did something, I don't really remember what I did. But then I actually like did it, and yeah, I don't know. But then I got the cloaking before I went in there, activated it right there for some reason. Oh, probably because there are a bunch of guys there. But then I ran past all of them, activated the elevator,
Get inside that tower.
and rode all the way up to the top where there was a brute chieftain waiting for me. Yeah, punch that guy. Yeah. But then I punched the brute chieftain and that guy, you know, it wasn't that hard,
Find the
to
tower
be honest.
controls and shut it down.
But then like, we deactivate the first
Good work,
barrier,
Chief. That's
and
one.
then Arbiter
The Arbiter
deactivates
should
the
be just
second.
about that's two.
But then
It's all up to
Johnson
Johnson's team now.
didn't manage to do
outside,
his
Chief. Wait for
again, just
transport.
like in Crow's Nest. He didn't do his job.
Johnson.
But that's okay because
Sergeant Major.
we went down,
Johnson, can you?
and then we went out, and then our ODST, I found him dead.
Get in, sir.
So I mourned him a little bit, but then I was like, too bad. But then our Mongoose was destroyed, but luckily there was another one, so that was okay. Yeah. And then this Marine right here tricked me because I thought he was gonna get on mine, but he wanted to get into the other Warthog, so I was like, you know what, fine, I don't want you in my Mongoose either. So I drove all the way down to the beach where there were these hornets waiting for me, so I hopped out of my Mongoose, even though I love mongooses. But then hopped in that and flew all the way over here, destroyed that guy. Yeah, landed on this island thingy for some reason. There wasn't really much on there. Popped back into my Hornet. And then I kept on fun, destroyed some banshees, and a phantom. I think I got an achievement for that too. Destroyed a few more wraiths. There, right there. And this is where I learned that power drains also, I don't know what I'm saying, where power drains also work on vehicles, so that was kind of interesting. But then we met up with these elites, yeah, and then we got to this point where there were drones and hunters, and I died, but then I managed to like get through it. Totally didn't take me like 5 hours to complete that, but then yeah, I did that.
Hit the switch,
Oh
Chief,
no.
and the barrier
And then we
will fall.
deactivated this so that like the mega force field would be deactivated so that we could go into that one big building, I think. I'm not really sure. And this like carrier came overhead, but then High Charity showed up somehow, but then like big flood rocks flew in from the sky. So now we have to fight the flood. It actually wasn't too hard, but then we hopped into this mongoose, and luckily this guy actually wanted to be with us. He has a rocket launcher too, so that's amazing. But then after driving, we got to this point where there are hornets, so hopped on this guy's hornet, so he like took me to the hornet, or to the scarab. Destroyed one of them, and then my guy couldn't get out, so I had to hop off and hijack this. Had to hijack this ghost. But I'm pretty sure our guy died.
All units,
That was really
concentrate.
sad. But then I managed to get the other scarab down, so I hopped onto that, destroyed that. And that was the end of that. I don't know. But then we met up with the Arbiter, and then we walked across here into here, and then we found out that Truth has Johnson hostage, so we have to go save him as well as kill Truth, which obviously we can do because we're Master Chief. But then Miranda Keys flies in through the window, and it's super epic. And I was like, oh no, we don't have to save Johnson. That brute dies. But then, like, Johnson's like, kill me and then kill yourself so that Truth can't activate the ring. But then Truth kills Keys! Miranda Keys! Yeah, and then my batteries died again. But then, basically, we team up with the Flood, and then we walk across this bridge, which totally didn't take me like 30 minutes to complete. And then we get to this point where we activate this bridge, and then we deactivate the Halo rings. Yeah, Arbiter kills Truth, and then the Flood betrays us, because of course they do. So now we have to escape. We try to escape on a Pelican, but then Gravemind is like, nope, you can't do that. You're stuck with me. So we actually have to like go across the bridge. First we have to kill these guys. There, and then obviously we have to teabag Truth. Yeah, teabag him, and then he falls through the floor. So yeah. Then we walk across this bridge, which again totally didn't take me like 10 hours to complete. But then we hop down here, and we get this cutscene. I think, yep, there we go. Where like we hop down there, and then Cortana, or Chief sees Cortana, and then we activate that door. And then we learn that they're building a new Halo ring to like replace the one that we blew up in Combat Evolved or something. I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention that well. Yeah. But then we're on to Cortana, the second last mission, I believe. So, starting off with Cortana, or not starting off with Cortana, starting off, we had to like run through all these guys, picked up that thingy for right now, and then we go through these doors. Whenever I go through them, I get like this weird feeling in my gut. It's like super weird. Grave Mine said hi, didn't really care. Yeah, and then I got a sword, and it might look like I'm I don't know what I'm saying. I'm actually just meleeing here, which is totally fine. But then we get to here, where we get to this room, where we have to breach this stasis field thingy-majiggy, and then inside of there is the actual Cortana.
Activation index from the first Halo ring.
We find out she has the activation index, but then we have to like blow up High Charity, so do that. Blow up one of the reactors and another. Yeah, and then like everything starts blowing up around us, so we have to escape. So we just run, hop down here, keep running, and then we get to this point where we find out that Arbiter is actually here. So we punch that guy, and then we hop into this Pelican, and that was the end of Cortana, and on to the next mission, Halo, which is actually the last mission of the game. So first off, we crash a Pelican, yeah, but then we get to this point, which like really reminds me of Combat Evolved. Pick up another skull, which apparently I've never gotten before because I got an achievement for that. Yeah, hop down here, and then we hop down here, we hop our way down here, and then we punch the flood, and eventually we make it to the top of this like thingy from Combat Evolved. Don't really know what it is. Punch a few more flood. Meet up with Johnson.
Not for long. I'm
Yeah.
tracking additional dispersal pods.
And then
Any minute.
we walk
Chief.
all the way down here to this cutscene room thingy that looks very like Combat Evolved, and then like stuff happens. 343 Guilty Spark gets mad, and then shoots Johnson, which is absolutely unacceptable. Also bless us, but mostly Johnson says this iconic line.
You are Forerunner, but this ring is mine.
And then we fight him for a little bit, but then Johnson like shoots him and goes flying or something. Yeah, and then we fight him for a little bit more, and then he explodes and kill him. Yeah, baby, that's what you get for shooting Johnson. I don't know. And then we walk up to Johnson and we're like, bro, I'm gonna get you out of here, but then he's like,
No, you're not. Don't let her go. Don't ever let her go. Send me out with a bang.
Johnson dies! And it's so sad, but then we activate the Halo ring, punch some guys, and then we make it to Johnson's Warthog, and drive it for a few seconds, but then I'm like, nah bro, I'm gonna hop into the secret mongoose that's actually been here this whole time. I swear I didn't put it there, it's actually been here. So we keep driving it, yeah, and then I say hi to this one who's just chilling here, when like everything is exploding around him. Got an achievement for that as well. Yeah. Something happened to him. I don't really know what happened to him. He kind of just disappeared. But then we make it to the Pillar of Autumn. Why did I say that? We made it to the Fort unto Dawn, and apparently our mongoose has been replaced with a Warthog, but then like everything explodes, and then we technically finish the game, but we still have the epilogue technically. Yeah. find out that only half of the Pillar of Autumn... Why do I say that? We find out that only half of the Ford Unto Dawn makes it back to Earth, and the other half with Master Chief inside is stranded in space, and Master Chief is allegedly dead. Super sad. Yeah, Arbiter and the Shipmaster, who still isn't dead, go back to, I believe, St. Helios and probably form the Swords of St. Helios or something. Okay, so Editor Savage Bronco here. So apparently the Swords of St. Helios are already formed, and like we've been fighting with them this whole time and not just like a random group of elites or something. Yeah. And then we find out that Chief actually isn't dead, and that he's like floating out in space in the middle of nowhere. But it's actually not the middle of nowhere. Actually, it probably is, I don't really know. Yeah. Alright, and that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.